Our catalog is finally launched to the world, and we could not be more thrilled. So hi everyone, I'm Nicole Westervelt, General Manager of FSJ. Now normally, such an important day as the first day of the launch party would be given to Kim Kesty, our creative director, but she is enjoying a much deserved vacation. So she'll be coming at you in a couple days, but I got picked for the role, so lucky me. So when we first talked about what we were gonna do, my colleague said, hey, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to demo? And I said something from the Good Life collection, because that is what you all are loving. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the Good Life. How many of you guys have already shopped? I've seen a lot of orders rolling in. Yeah, good. Well, I'm not here alone. I am, of course, here with Roy, who got a new haircut, is looking very handsome, by the way. And I'm also here, I just embarrassed him. And I'm also here with Laura. There you are. He didn't know I was going to do that. I'm also here with Laura. So Laura's here with me as well, taking your questions and your comments, and so shoot her over a note. But I say, let's get in. I don't get to do this very often, so, you know, go easy on me, but this is going to be fun. So we're actually going to be looking at a project that was demoed at convention, and I wish I knew the designer of it. So if you're watching and you designed this project, you need to jump in there and take credit, one of you girls. But one of the products specifically that I wanted to show off is one of my favorites, and it is the garden fence die. Have you guys seen this? I'll do it this way. Look at that. Now, here's what is so cool about the way this was designed. Now, it probably doesn't look like much here in the green color, but it creates the most adorable little picket fence or garden fence or whatever kind of fence. I'm a farm girl at heart, so I'm loving this. I'm loving this whole collection. But the way this was designed, you can use it if you are using your card in a horizontal fashion, or you can trim off some of the edges and use it portrait as well. So it's super versatile, super fun, and I think the price point is pretty good on it too. All right, so let's jump in. So we could, of course, cut out a white picket fence. We could do that, because isn't that what we're supposed to do when we're kids, is grow up and have a white picket fence? But we're taking it a little different approach, and we're incorporating one of our other brand new items. Now this is one that was requested. A lot of coaches and customers were asking for this, and boy did our designers deliver. This amazing wood grain embossing folder. Now we call it, I believe it's called the barn door. Is that right, Laura? I believe it is. Yeah, right here. Or, excuse me, barn wall is the name of it. Yeah. So what we did is we took our oatmeal cookie cardstock, ran it through. I already did this. And then we have this really cool little wood grain effect. Super fun. But what we're going to do is take it another step further and just go over very lightly the wood grain with our oatmeal cookie. I'm just going to do direct to paper and just kind of pick up some of those embossed areas. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, because gosh, wood grain, last I checked, isn't perfect. So just kind of lightly touching that, make that wood grain really come out. See how we did that? And then introduce our garden fence die. Run it through the machine, and through the magic of television, or our kidding crew more specifically, you get this.
Yay!
Yay! Cute little fence, right? And see how it looks like a nice little rustic wooden fence. So that's just step one. Now, this card that I am being so fortunate to be able to show off has tons and tons of fun techniques and tons of other new products. So the next thing I'm going to show you is when we created the background, we did so with one of our new stencils. Now this is our Buffalo Check stencil. This was one of our absolute top sellers at convention, so people were scooping this up. As you guys know, Buffalo Check is all the rage right now. Here's it out of packaging. You can see what we're about ready to do with it. But this was used to create the background. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I don't know if you also heard, part of the Good Life collection, we introduced new colors. 6 new colors to be precise. I have 2 of them that I'm working with here today. Chambray shirt is one of our brand new colors, and fresh sage is also. For this particular part, you can tell, can you guess what color we've been using on this stencil? The chambray shirt. I'm going to use one of our daubers. These are just one of our basic daubers, and just stencil this in. Now I should have some tape. I always get in trouble for not having tape, but we're going to just try to hold it in place. I won't do it all. It's kind of boring to watch me stencil, but very, very easy. Now the one thing about this is it does seem really dark when it goes on, but it does dry a little bit lighter. So anyway, so you get the idea. Super, super simple. And just look at that, how easy to create this background. Now when it's all said and done, you're going to get a background that looks kind of like this. Okay? So that's going to be the foundation for our base. We've got that. We've got our cute little fence. And then I'm going to show you one more element using some of our new colors as well. And that is from the Humble and Kind stamp set. So this is one of the new stamp sets from the Good Life collection. Very, very charming. Just such cute little fun elements here, and really just sweet, sweet sentiments. So this is a really, really fun set. If you are a colorer, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what you do with this. So we're going to pull the wreath right out of that and stamp that. And again, through the magic of television, we have this cute little wreath. Now this was stamped in Fresh Sage, so this is one of our new colors. And you can leave it just like it is. It's super cute, just like it is, but if we want to add a little bit of color, I am not a master colorer, I can tell you that right now. So when I do any coloring, it's generally done with watercolor pencils, color splash pencils, or with our liquid colors, and it's in a much more watercolory, not precise way, because I'm not as good at it. Shannon is one of our best colorers on staff, and I know many of our coaches are really good as well. So I'm going to just add a little bit of this Fresh Sage. Now this is we have these are just two of our brand new liquid colors. So Fresh Sage, of course, is in the new palette. And Sweet Pear is one that we've all been asking for and needing. So I'm going to use both of these colors here to just kind of color in our wreath. And again, no right or wrong. And just kind of fill that in. So I'm going to do that a little bit with the Fresh Sage and then go over the top of it with our Sweet Pear to just give it a little bit of pops of color and a little bit of highlight and dimension. Okay. So easy peasy, okay? And then our sentiment, any of these sentiments, again, would be perfect for this card, but we're gonna go ahead and use Home Sweet Home. So sweet. So again, stamped out, magic of television. I just love to say that. Already fussy cut out for me. How are we doing, Laura? Any questions, or are they loving the good life?
We're doing great. They're loving the good life. There's lots of people that are saying that their next July order is going to be huge, which
yes.
We love that. We of course love that. That's so fantastic.
I've been kind of spot checking. Okay, I'm totally obsessed. I've been checking all y'all's orders. And so I go in and it's a lot of like Good Life, stamp sets, and then a bunch of the accessories, and then the ribbons, and then the colors. And so I can tell this is going to be good. Get it? See what I did there? So the other piece that I want to point out, also from the Good Life collection, are these flowers. Now this is the meadow flowers. So we launched the 6 new colors. This has 3 of the new colors, and then our cottage flowers has the other 3 colors. But I want to point out to you guys how they come. So they come wired, which is great because you can use them that way, or you can always cut the wire off. See, there we go. So using our craft shears, we just cut the wires off for the most part when we use these on cards. But know that that wire is there, which I know in many cases comes in quite handy. Or also if you're like tucking it behind something, it's a handy little thing to have. So anyways, I wanted to point that out. I'm just kind of all over the place today. This is why I'm not allowed back here to do these kind of videos, because, you know, anyway, so the other piece I wanted to show you, and just because this is one of those things that we always like to show off because it is a little bit different in our color palette, and that is our Lovely Blue color. So Lovely Blue, if you look in our catalog and you look at the color grids, you won't see Lovely Blue listed there, and that is because it is a little bit of a different type of color. It's really used for very subtle color accents, oftentimes for like direct to paper. It's perfect to just kind of create this little almost sky look, or with clouds, kind of create some dimension for clouds. And so this is one of those go-to colors that if you're like, gosh, I just need a little something in my background, I don't know what to do, I want it soft and subtle, this is your go-to. So I always like to point that out. So this is our Lovely Blue color. And again, we can go direct to paper. In this case, I am going to use the dauber and just create some soft circles and subtle, just some subtle accent. This is another one where you apply it to the paper and it is going to dry a bit lighter than what you're seeing here. So, and always using those circles to get nice, nice smooth color application. Okay, so that is how we did the back circle that you're going to see on the card in just a moment. Okay, so as I mentioned before too, that the fence, now granted, this is oatmeal on top of oatmeal. So the fence is designed to fit the whole length here. If you want to do a card, this landscape version. And then if you want to do it portrait, then you can just trim it off, right? Which is what we've done on this card. So let me jump to it and show you the finished product. Here it is. So fun. So many different accents from this Fun Good Life collection. Here's our cute little garden fence. We've got that subtle circle with the lovely blue. There, of course, is your buffalo checked stencil in the back. And then there's also no project is complete, as we say around here, without some measure of journey glaze or silk. And one of the fun things we got to do with these new colors is introduce a new silk. This is our Fresh Sage silk. It's so deceiving because these colors look so dark in the bottle, but when they're actually applied, you can tell that it's a lot more of a subtle, much more in line with the color tone that you would expect from that sage. Can you see that? And all of our silks come with a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of dimension. They also, if you feel it, there's a little bit of dimension there. So, and then these cute little pearls. They're also part of the Good Life collection. We have 2 packs. One is cottage and one is meadow. Again, 3 colors on one, 3 colors on the other. Just really sweet and fun. Okay, so do you like that? Do you want to come back tomorrow for another demo?
Very beautiful.
How do we bring them back, Laura? I think you have some trivia.
Fun. Oh my gosh, I just love that project. It was so much fun. And the die with the embossing folder, priceless. It's an amazing technique that we could use again and again. Thank you so much. So I want to share with you guys, every day we are going to have a trivia question. Now, the deal breaker is that there's no prize for having the right answer.
The prize is the catalog. Hello.
The prize is definitely the catalog. So many pieces of inspiration, which brings me to the trivia question. So today we want to know a little bit about if you've gotten to get to know your catalog a little bit. So the question is, how many different projects are there in your catalog? So go through cover to cover, all 334 pages, and count them up. Now I will say that some of the projects only count as one. So the little, maybe the little skewers that are in the cupcakes or the little sets of treat cones, those are only one project because it's a collective project. The planner spreads, one project. So go through, count them up, see how many projects our incredibly hardworking creative design team had been up to while they were practicing with all of their new products and making sure that you guys had great inspiration for your new catalog. And then Lynn will be back with us tomorrow, and she'll get to share another fun project with you and, of course, reveal the answer. So
super fun. I think it is kind of astounding when you, because we know when we're going through it, like, gosh, there's so much great inspiration, but when you sit down and actually count, like Laura did, there's a lot. There's a lot in there. So I hope you guys are having fun and getting inspired with that. So with that, we'll say goodbye for now. Enjoy the catalog, and we will be right back here in the studio tomorrow at 3 o'clock Arizona time, where Lynn will be demoing another one of our new favorites.